Hey everyone, welcome back to another awesome Hack the Box live stream. As always, I am your host, Dark, here on the community team. Thank you everyone for tuning in, especially I know it's early morning on a Friday, at least for me, but it is a Friday for everyone. Today we have a really cool live stream, a really cool AMA. We will be talking about Let's Defend and Let's Defend joining forces with Hack the Box. Here with me, I have the one, the only, Omer. Omer, I told you I wouldn't mispronounce your name.
You good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for being on. Thank you for coming on. Happy Friday to you, sir. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you to having us here. So it will be great to talk about it.
You say that now at the start of the live stream. I kid. Omer, we've had the chance to catch up a little bit before the live stream, but your background, you have a very interesting story to tell, and I don't mean to set you off of like, oh, we need to talk about everything at the front. Rather, Omer, if you could tell the good people a little bit about yourself, just a little bit about your background and how you got involved with Let's Defend.
Yeah, of course. I'm Ömer Günal, co-founder of Let's Defend. Before Let's Defend, I was working as a SOC analyst at one of the biggest bank in Turkey, and then I moved to another company as an instant responder. So if you look at my background, it's all blue. So there's no red. There's no anything related to red team. I'm not saying it's
you mean there's no fun there? What are you talking about?
Yeah, both of them are good, but I'm just saying, all blue.
You're good. I'm just giving you a hard time. Here, go ahead though. You were saying about how you abhor red, something like that, right?
What's that? Yeah.
Something about how you don't like red team. No. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I like it, of course. Just kidding. I'm just saying it's a good fit to build a Let's Defend. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just giving you a hard time. You were saying though about your background, how you had worked in a couple of these SOC roles. I cut off your thoughts there. If you want to go ahead.
Yeah, we were in shift. We were working like 24 hours, but of course in a shift. Sometimes you have to work in night shift. Sometimes in the morning. The worst one, of course, was the night one because everybody's sleeping. You have to be on the computer, see the SIM alerts, check it if there's an incident. You hope there's not. You have to do the necessary calls, but everybody is sleeping. It's not, it's tough, not easy to handle it. But it's fun.
Yeah. We'll come back to that point. I'd love to talk about some of the challenges working, especially in an overnight SOC position. I don't want to cut off your train of thought though. Was there anything else you wanted to cover just with your journey with Let's Defend before we move on just to the next point?
Yeah. Do you mean, do I want to add anything about me or?
Yeah, just anything more about you. If there's anything else, I don't mean to be cutting you off for the sake of conversation.
Yeah. I also really like to play chess. I have like 1900 ELO on Lee chess. If you play, it's not super good, but it's promising as an amateur, so it's good.
I'm sure it's a lot better than my ELO. I haven't played in so long that I have no idea what mine would be. No, that's really cool. With founding Let's Defend, this is admittedly more of a John question, but I'm curious. What was your vision when you were starting Let's Defend, especially coming from a more corporate role? If you want to speak to that.
Yeah, of course. Before Let's Defend, I said we were working at the bank as a SOC analyst, and when you start at that position, they have to onboard you. But when you go home, maybe you have still some time and you would like to improve yourself in that topic, right? But when you check out the internet, there's no there was no really some resources to read about it, do about it. You have to build your own environment, but you can't afford to buy the necessary products, of course, right? Yeah, I mean, if you want to build your SOC environment, you have to buy some license uh, to get some EDR access, maybe log management, SIEM dashboard, and the other things. And we said, how are we going to do that? It's not there's no way to do that by yourself. Of course, you can read some books, but it's not hands-on or other things. It's all theoretical. So after a couple of years, we said, okay, I mean, we can do that. We know how it works. We know what's the SOC, how to build the SOC environment, what's the SIEM alert, how to investigate it. So we said we faced that problem. So probably the others also facing this issue. So why not? We can fix it. So that's how it worked, how we started.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Especially, you have me thinking about the challenges of the home lab environment of being able to build a sim or really have those defensive appliances in your, in a safe training area, and how difficult that can be. Hell, I've seen that with red teaming. I see me point over. It's my home lab is over to my right. Uh Instinctively think, oh yeah, my virtual machines are over there, all my boxes are over there. But you get a little bit of that challenge with red teaming, but you have even more of that with having to deal with licensed appliances. If you don't mind going down a little bit of a rabbit hole there, do you mind speaking to how you approached that challenge of being able to create that environment for others? I realize we're going a little bit down a tangent here, but this is me being curious more than
Yeah,
anything.
of course, of course. I mean, again, we were SOC analysts. Our friends were SOC analysts too. We knew lots of SOC analysts. We talked with them. How did you do that after during the onboarding process? How did you learn all these things? They said in the job. There is no way to do that outside of the job because you don't have access it. There are some things on the internet you can build it on your own environment, but the requirements are so high. You need that CPU, this capacity of RAM. You can't afford it. Even if you can, you don't want to do that. Maybe it depends on the situation. And then we said, okay, we are thinking about this kind of thing. We would like to simulate the environment. You don't need to download anything. So do you think is it gonna work? So they said, I mean, it makes sense. So we made the minimum product. We just to test everything. We said, okay, this is how it looks like. It's not really working, but that's the idea. They said, okay, it looks like the same thing for my environment. I'm doing that in my during the job every day. It looks like the same thing, so it should be good. Okay, and then we said, okay, we're gonna improve it. We will add more product. I mean, like EDR, log management, threat intelligence, resources, and the other things. And we simulated everything by ourselves. It's not real EDR, but it feels like an EDR. As a SOC analyst, it's good enough for you. If you can do some search and the other things, that's good enough for you. You don't need
Mhm.
to have all the features of the EDR. I mean, so that's how we did it.
If anything, I can imagine that it almost might be harmful having all the features where it's too much to take in initially. Was that a challenge that you approached early on? Not to continue down a very specific point.
Yeah, of course. I mean, our domain is cybersecurity. We are not, and also we were not a coders or programmers. We had to
Mhm.
learn. I mean, we had a computer science degree, so we knew how to do that. But we don't have practice to coding, so we had to learn about it. I mean, we knew it, but we need, you know, knew something doesn't mean you're gonna do something best to about it. We did some
Yeah.
things, and we had to watch lots of YouTube videos to understand how we're gonna do that. You know, because after a while, let's say you build a product, you are just using it. You are one
Mhm.
user, but after lots of users, hundreds, thousands, you have to scale it also too. But you don't know how to do that. You have to learn it, or if you make some money, you can hire someone. But at that point,
Mhm.
the revenue is zero in the first day, of course. So we had to do it by ourselves. all the coding stuff.
Giving me ideas for follow-up questions here.
Okay.
Don't mind me taking notes on the side. Now, as I write down my follow-up questions, I am reminded that this is an AMA and Ask Me Anything. And very
Mhm.
briefly for everyone in chat, if you do have any questions, feel free to ask away. I do have chat pulled up over to the side. Exploit Forget B. I do have your question flagged. We're going to get to that here in just a couple of points, like 2 or 3 points. I have one question that we're going to speak on beforehand, but no, great question. If you have questions about Let's Defend, if you have questions for Omer just in general, feel free to ask away. Omer, you'll let me know if it's something that you can't answer, might not know the answer of.
No, no, we good, we good. They can ask
Yeah.
everything.
All right. So we can go ahead. I want to make sure that we can get to the question that Exploit put in chat. Do you want to jump to the Hack the Box merger just briefly?
Yeah, of course. I mean, basically, we are joining the forces. That's the summary of it. But the good thing is, I mean, HackTheBox is really good. They are doing really good about red teaming and blue teaming stuff,
Oh, thanks.
especially for red teaming. Blue
I'll
team
pass that
too.
along to the content
Yeah, blue
team.
team too. But the better thing is we are doing better for the blue team, right? But today it's one company. For if you are a community member, doesn't matter what platform you are using.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, you are just gonna register to one platform and you will be able to access everything. I mean, it's really good. I mean, the real winners is the community, I believe, in this situation. I mean,
Mhm.
it will be great. So the vision of TechBox also makes sense for us. So that's why we are here today. So some people in the first day of the announcement, some people said, "Why did you do that? We liked you. You sold the company to TechBox." But there, of course, I understand the situation. They have some emotional feelings about us
Mhm.
because there are some people using LetsDefend since the first day. We understand that, but this is better for them too because they will access more content. Of course, Hackbox has more resources. That means more resources for LetsDefend. So it's
Mhm.
beneficial for everyone. So I
Yeah.
like it.
By the way, we're getting some great questions in chat. Thank you,
Mhm.
everyone, for submitting those. Uh, Briefly on that note, just to respond to what you had mentioned, that was a feeling that I got, especially in our syncs. And when I had seen personally the merger announced, was, that makes a lot of sense that we would work together just because you mentioned the vision component of it. And I
Mhm.
say this hopefully to reinforce a little bit for folks coming over from Let's Defend that being on, I guess, the green side of the fence. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. uh I've been floored, at least in my personal capacity, with everything that Let's Defend has done. And I think that the vision aligns really well, especially with the way that we approach cybersecurity here at HackTheBox. And at least I'm personally very excited. So hopefully, for what it's worth, Dark's excited. Yeah, let's go with that. uh
Elgar is 18 too, so it will be great. I mean, we still need some time because HackTheBox has a huge code base. Also, Let's Defend has a huge code base. It will take some time to merge the platforms, but the good thing is HackTheBox has a great team. Let's Defend has a great team. So at the end of the day, people have great platform, but just need a little bit more time.
Absolutely. No, I keeping my head from going off in a million different directions. It's just it's I'm glad that we were able to make this AMA happen too, just because I wanted to be able to introduce you to the community, and especially when there's so much overlap that maybe others aren't necessarily seeing. Hopefully it's a little more clear with us chit-chatting of just, how much uh how similar everything is. Not to just speak on that or wax poetic, I do want to get to a couple questions. So, speaking
Okay.
about the Let's Defend joining forces with Hack the Box, we do have a couple of questions. Let me go ahead and I'm going to hit you with a hardball right now. Uh, this, you might not be able to answer this question yet, but feel free to speak to this however you are comfortable with. For those in chat, I'm going to go through the questions as best I can, just in order. Feel free to submit any questions. I am flagging them. If it's something that has already been answered, I may mention just as another message in chat that, hey, we did cover this just a little bit earlier, but the recording of this will be up, and that's not to avoid your question. It's just I'm going to make sure I get as much information out there from novel angles. Yeah, something like that. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Awesome. So Omer, the question from Exploit Forget B, fun name as well. If I may ask, how will the integration of Let's Defend be for Academy users? Do you know anything how that might work with Academy?
Okay, so basically you'll get Let's Defend content too, but the thing is, what content? So we need to work on it. So it won't be good to say this kind of content, but you'll get more content from Let's Defend. So you will get some content from Let's Defend basically, but we will announce what content. Not yet, but you will get it.
Do you I realize that this is something you might not know at this time. Do you have an idea of when some of the initial announcements are going to be coming out? When you might be able to share a little bit more on that?
Like how? I didn't get it.
For just what content would be coming to Academy. Just speaking to some of the initial releases and things like that. I realize that things might still be in early stages, so this might be a difficult question. So if it's something that you can't answer, that's okay.
Okay, so the thing is, HackTheBox has an enterprise platform and also individual platform for Academy sites. So we need to work on it. Which content goes to Academy, which content goes to enterprise platform, or both. We need to work on it. So for now, it is not good time to say this content is gonna be available for everyone. This is for the enterprise side. But the platform perspective, I mean, for the practice side, you will get the environment, the SOC environment, of course, the challenges and the other things. But again, the thing is, which one is going to be available for everyone or for the enterprise side? We are working on it. So I hope you'll get the answers soon, but not today. Sorry.
No, thank you for doing your best. I realize, difficult question just with where we're at in the process. No, all good. Real quick for everyone in chat, no worries if your questions are a little bit different from what we're going at. I might not be able to get to them, but that's okay. If it's a great question, I may just respond to it by typing in chat. So feel free to ask away. Do my best. No, thank you, Omer. I know a little bit tricky just because of where we're at in the process. One follow-up question on that, just on the same note, with the Let's Defend content, with that being migrated over and combined with Hack the Box content, do you see that content changing a lot? Or for those that are used to, say that they've got something that they're working on Let's Defend and they really want to be able to continue working on that exact activity, do you know at this time if a lot of it is going to be kept very similar, just maybe built on a little bit? Does that make sense, the angle that I'm coming at this from?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, basically, the content will be same as possible. Of course, there are some differences. Platform perspective, there are some differences between HackTheBox and Let's Defend. We need to fix these differences, add some things. But the end of the day, after the migration, of course, you'll get exactly the same content, basically. Almost same for each content. Sometimes we need to change the things a little bit in detail, but overall it will be the same.
No, thank you for speaking to that. I realized that was potentially a very difficult thing to answer of, hey, how is this going to look in 3 months from now? Peer into our crystal ball for a moment. But I figured that a lot of folks coming over from Let's Defend, or that may be really curious just to see a lot of the content that you and your team have worked on, or created in the past, rather, just how that is going to make its way over. So no, thank you for taking a really good stab at that. I very much appreciate that. Before I move on, go ahead.
No, I said, of course, thanks.
Here, let's go ahead. Yeah, no, great questions as well. This is an awesome follow-up question. We're going to continue making sure I give you all the tough questions I can, right? This is from random one name one. Hi, pardon me, will there be a single account with the ability to purchase a single joint VIP subscription for both Hack the Box and Let's Defend? So is there going to be a combined way to get access to both of those?
Okay, this is probably the most common question we are receiving. So the short answer is yes. But again, we need some time because we have to merge the platforms, merge the users. There are some technical things, there are some legal things. We have to work all these things. But at the end of the day, it's not, it's soon, I can say. Yes, you will just pay one time and you will be access to both platforms, both content of these platforms, because it will be the one platform. So yes, you will.
Awesome. No, I'm looking forward to that too. That's going to be very cool, especially seeing just how everything boils down with the migration or the merger and all that.
Yeah, it will be great. I mean, think about it. There's a new 0-day in the industry, so you are just logging to one platform and you're gonna learn how to defend these activities, the vulnerability exploit, whatever it is, and then if you want, or your teammate, they will be able to do how to exploit it in just one platform. I mean, it's great.
Get me excited. I'm really excited to see what we can do with having both offense and defense, just because in a lot of ways they mirror each other, and it kind of gets into the purple teaming situation where it can be very beneficial to know, for example, myself as offense, what are the signatures I'm giving off? What exactly are the signs that you're able to pick up? And then vice versa, where as a defender, you want to know what I'm doing so that you can know to look for it. I'm just excited to see how that's laid out in the platform, just because that's I say this with my business hat on. That is a very compelling vision, but with my tech hat on, just, I guess as a hacker, whatever, man, that is cool. That is going to be a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, it will be great. Yeah, it will be great. You won't have to log out, search the other things to find someone who is writing about the defensive perspective or offensive. It will be under just one website. Yeah, I mean, it will be great. Yeah, it's exciting.
I'm gonna keep myself from just talking about excitement things. We'll come back to, I have one follow-up question there.
Okay.
I know all the get you with all these softball questions from John directly. Let's go ahead and let's see. Exploit Forget B had a bit of a follow-up to their previous question. So just a reminder here, let me go ahead and pull up their previous question. How the integration of Let's Defend would work for Academy users. They had an additional note here. I'm from a non-technical background. I recently embraced cybersecurity, and I want to know if I need to level up my programming skills. Do you want to speak to that, just the programming side of things?
Okay. It depends. Of course, I mean, if you know something, it's better for you, right? But do you have to learn it? Maybe just a little bit. But if you know how to coding, that doesn't mean, I mean, I know coding. I'm gonna be a programmer. No, I mean, there are some malware analysts, that they do static code analysis. So you have to know, you have to understand the code to be able to understand, to be able to analyze the code. But do you have to? It depends on what you want to do. So again, it depends. If you want to be SOC analyst, yes and no, because if you know just a little bit, that's good enough for you. But again, it depends. So yes and no.
Everyone's
Not
favorite
easy.
answer. It depends.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it
I
depends. I mean, political answer. If you say no, and they can come back again. I didn't learn it, and today I need it. So
if I may, I think, at least in my experience, it's you can kind of get by flying by the seat of your pants a little bit with programming knowledge, where as long as you will understand the high level beats, you can improve over time. Do you think that that's a fair thing to say?
yeah, I think yes, because if you don't know anything about it, it won't be good. When you face something to read just maybe 2 lines of code, and if you don't know how to do that, it won't be good. But as you said, if you just know highlight of it, it will be good for you. And also thanks to these LLMs like ChatGPT and the others, I mean, they can help you a lot. But you need to know a little bit, of course.
Mm-hmm. No, I think of how many times I've used Copilot or something else for coding help. They're great little document engines. Almost, I mean, honestly, they're kind of like more slightly different search engines in some way. Now, one quick follow-up question on that, just because I think it'd be very interesting to hear this from the defensive side of things. If I were a new student or someone that is looking to learn more about programming, what do you think is the best programming language to get started with from a defensive side, or even just in general? Do you have any recommendations?
Okay, so basically the Python will be great because it's easy to learn if you compare with the others, and also easy to write some scripts about it because there are tons of libraries. There are a huge community. So basically, if you know Python, you will be able to write some scripts easily than the other programming languages. I'm not saying this is the best one than the others. It's not. But for that purpose, yes, it is. It's easy to learn. There's a huge community on the internet. It will be easy to do, easy to write something and also learn it.
It's almost surprising how big the Python community is in practice. Just, it's at least in my experience, I've seen that it comes up in more places than I expected. Just Python being useful in general, I guess. I don't know if you have
Yes,
any
I mean,
thoughts on that.
yeah. In general, just go for Python. I mean, the others also okay. You can do everything with the others, but if the time is important, if you don't have time, if you are not coder, you just need to write some scripts. I mean, Python will be great for you. It will save so much time.
Quick little shout out in chat. We had someone else agree
Okay,
with you as
they
well. Python
support
hands
us.
down.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and let's see. There are a couple of questions that are a little bit off topic from
Mhm.
Junebug, but they're still fun questions. And admittedly, I think it'd be kind of fun to hit you with them. This is from Junebug5. Hi, Omer and Dark. Hi, Junebug. A couple of questions. What are the best triage steps to respond to a supply chain attack like Shai Hulud? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Um, the Do you have any, I guess, general advice in what you have seen? I realize that this is a curveball and not exactly what we're talking about, but I figure it might be fun to speak to that.
I mean, it's like it's something technical question, but the thing is, of course, you have to understand first the root cause, how it happened. What's the initial point? I mean, yeah, there are lots of depends because do you log everything? Do you have SIM? Do you have EDR? Do you have email security solution? If you have, I will say just go try to understand what was the initial access of the attack. I mean, it might be an email. If you don't have email server, maybe it's not. I want to say just go to check your endpoint logs, but if I don't know, do you log it? So the general answer is try to understand how it happened and then what was the initial point, because even if you understand what was the root cause, if you don't fix the or close the initial point, they will be able to do it again and again. So it's a general question, but my answer is try to understand the root cause with the log analysis. I mean, it's so general. I know when you say log analysis, it might be a endpoint analysis, memory analysis, but again, it depends on lots of things because it depends on the environment. In in theory, you should log everything, but in practice, we know it's almost impossible to log everything because uh, it's hard to manage it. It costs a lot. So find the root cause with log analysis, depending on your environment.
No, thank you for taking a stab at that. I found that to be really insightful. I know that it's not necessarily directly what we're speaking to, but I figure let's keep you on your toes. Gotta make sure you stay awake over there, right? We have one other follow-up question from Junebug. I'm gonna hit both of their notes. The second one's a bit easier and more directly what we're speaking to. Do you have any tips for DevOps sec, or really just if there's anything you want to speak to on that point?
It's not really my thing, so I'm not gonna redirect to people somewhere wrong. So I'm gonna pass.
No, you're good. I appreciate you letting me hit you with curveballs. Thank you, Junebug, for your questions as well. Help me make sure that Omer is still with us over there. No, I'm kidding. Back on the topic of Let's Defend. We have a question from Franklin Stevens, 3540. Do you integrate with many educational institutions? Has Let's Defend, I know that you work with a number of business partners. I've seen you just in my own line of work. Have you worked a lot with schools?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there are some teachers that they are using Let's Defend in their lectures in the class, and there are some university clubs they are using after class. They are meeting in somewhere, and they use Let's Defend between us. They are just trying to learn new things. So, but yes, we do. We have lots of collaborations with the universities and also university clubs too. I mean, like cybersecurity clubs in the universities. But
No, thank
do you
you.
mean like integrate with technology perspective or collaboration? If you are asking the collaboration, yes, we do. They are using it.
Oh, go ahead. No, I don't want to cut you off there.
No, it's okay. Some professors also use this and they assign some things to their students as a homework. So it's good. So yes, we do.
No, that's perfect. Thank you for what I was going to add was Franklin, if you have any other follow-up points and you want to add those in chat, go for it. No, I see this as what are the opportunities, or how have you worked with educational institutions just broadly in general? And I think that you covered that really well. I think that may be coming from the direction of like cybersecurity students of how could they reach out if they're in a club. Maybe briefly on that note, if I were working with the cybersecurity club and I was interested in bringing Let's Defend to that club, is there a place that you recommend that they reach out at?
Yeah, of course. Thanks to asking this question. It's great because so you just need to go to a website and there's a contact us button. Just click there and explain your situation, what you are doing, who you are, how many people you are, and let us know what you need. We are trying to support these kind of clubs as possible as we can. So we will be happy to hear your story, what you are doing, and let's talk what we can do together.
On that note, do you have a link to that part of the Let's Defend website that you want to toss in there? I understand that a lot of this might be changing, so it's okay if not. Do you want to toss that link in our private chat? I realize I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, it's LetsDefend.io for now, but other than that, we have an email too. I'm gonna write it here. info@letsdefend.io. You can write an email to us or just submit your ticket via website to explain the situation.
Thank you for adding those. No, thank you for being up for that question. Coming from the cybersecurity club space, that's one of the big concerns is making sure that, finding activities for the club itself, but also being able to work with folks like yourself that make, the latest and greatest. No, thank you for speaking to that.
Yeah, of course.
Here, let's go ahead. Moving on to the next one, we have a question from David Jakubov. What will happen to my SOC analyst and SIM engineer certificates? So they're wondering, how do the certificates, I believe those are Let's Defend certs, correct?
Yes.
How would that translate over?
Okay, so basically you complete the learning path and you get a certificate of certificate of completion, and you deserve that, right? So we are not gonna remove it. We respect you. HackTheBox has a respect to you, so we are not gonna remove it. You will keep it, so no worries. You will not. Nothing is gonna happen to your certificate. You will keep it. You will be able to put it on your resume, on your LinkedIn account, or whatever you want. Nothing is gonna change. So you are good.
Uh, I have a follow-up question on that, but that might be for after the stream. I wonder, thinking out loud a little bit, if that might be a good thing for us to make a blog post about, even just to let folks know what's going on with that. But hey, that's outside of this. That's just me thinking of, how can we communicate that? Anyways, do you have any other thoughts before I move on to the next question? We have another one on the certifications.
Yeah, we can get it.
Here, let's go ahead. Tung, I saw you had added this question as well, again in chat, but I want to make sure that I got to it. And it's a great question. With Let's Defend and Hack the Box joining forces, will there be any changes to the certification exam? Do you see any changes at this time?
Okay, so basically on LetsDefend side, we don't have a certificate of exam for certification. So we have a completion of certificate of complication. So basically, when you complete everything, you get a certificate. So there's no exam on LetsDefend side. So on HackTheBox side, it's kind of different. There are some certificates you need to take exam to get it. So on LetsDefend side, it's not going to change because we don't have an exam. And also, I'm not going to say something wrong about the HackTheBox exams because it's an exam. I mean, they might want to extend the content or not, but we will see. But on LetsDefend side, there's no exam, so no worries.
Cool. Now let me go ahead. Don't mind me looking at chat because we had another question on certifications. And even then, from the Hack the Box side of things, I can't imagine that we're going to want to stir the pot, especially if something is, that it is working. And I say that just to lend confidence there. Yeah, here, let me go ahead. We have a very fun name. A question from Chinese, although it looks a little like Chinese, Noodle Dumpling. Will there be new or any joint SOC/blue team certs? Do you know if there's been any discussion of like maybe having a purple team certificate that is both Let's Defend and Hack the Box combined? Yeah. Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we will bring more. We already have good enough, but we will bring more. What can I say today is threat hunting certificate and also SOC manager. It will be great. The things are almost ready. We just need to, make it better, but almost ready. So it will be great. And we will bring more after that. But today I just gonna say threat hunting and SOC manager.
Oh, cool. I think I speak for everyone. We're very excited to see what you have planned, what you're cooking up. We do have I gotta pull this up just for fun. We do have Burkay. They do have a real question after this. But they asked you need an additional pair of hands on QA side.
Yeah, I mean he's my friend. He's trolling the
I'm glad I pulled this up.
So we good. Yeah, he knows the answer. So okay.
He has a great question after that.
Okay, it's a serious one. Okay, what's that?
Now, seriously, what about the mobile app? Is it going to be developed still? So yeah, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, thanks for the question, Berkay. So, basically, we have a mobile app. Yes, we're gonna continue, but there are some things we should discuss internally. But yes, we are developing the mobile app. It's good that it will be continued to develop, but how we're gonna see. But yes, we will continue to develop it. There are some things we should decide internally. So that's why I'm thinking and speaking slowly to not say something private or special. So, but yes, you will still have
Get
a
a
mobile
response
app
from him.
about cybersecurity training.
No, dude, thank you. I know we're touching on some things that are less public, so no, thank you. Oh, here you go. 2 responses from Burkay.
Yeah.
No, awesome. Thank you, Burkay, as well for popping in. I always love when folks pop in to give the guests a hard time because the interactions are always very funny, especially depending on how you know them. So here, let's go ahead. Before I move on to the next question, I have a more industry in general question. Do you have any other thoughts? Anything? I guess if you have any shout outs or want to cuss anyone out on stream, I guess take that how you will.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can talk about the campaign of Let's Defend right now. I believe
Mhm.
it's a good time. So basically, we are in November. Next week is a Black Friday, as you are
Yeah.
already know. So that means it's a 50% discount for Let's Defend, right? It's great. We are already did it just last year, before last year, and of course this year too. This is for the Let's Defend side, by the way. It will be available. It is also available right now for the annual plans, so it's good time to uh, get the best price. So, and the thing is, it might be the best of the best for the future. So it's good time to get a subscription today, because I'm not sure are you gonna be able to access that price in the future again, because
Mhm.
things are changing. We're gonna see. So it's the best price. And also, if you're a student, you are get a 50% more of top of it. So it's almost free if you are a student, and if you have a student email, of course.
Mhm. On that note, I can speak to the hack the box side of things in a moment, just for upcoming like anything regarding sales. Do you have any links you want to toss in chat, just if anyone's curious about going and looking at that? I realize that discounts might not be live right now, but if you have a page that you want me to link of, hey, they will be live here, is there anything you want me to throw in?
Yeah, I can put the link here.
Yeah,
You
thank
just
you.
don't forget to apply the discount code. This is the discount code. Some people just forgetting to apply the discount code at the checkout page. We are helping them, of course. We are refunding uh, their half of the amount of the money. No worries if you forget. Just text us. But this is the discount code. Just apply it.
I I gotta say, from a consumer perspective, I do very much appreciate that you're going through and helping folks that miss the code for that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're not trying to, take your money. We are trying to help you. So, I mean, of course, there are some costs here. We have to charge some money. There are some servers. There are people working here. There are lots of people here. So, yeah, we have to.
Now, very briefly, just because folks might be wondering from the Hack the Box side of things, I'm not at liberty to speak to upcoming deals. Keep an eye out. Yeah, stuff and things. Let's go with that. That's a cagey enough answer. I can go with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. Thank you for adding that code in there as well. I got that copied over to chat. Let me grab the link address too, so it's its own chat comment. Make it easy. There we go.
Mhm.
So we have an industry question as well. A bit of a change, shifting gears for a little bit. This is from someone who I am a little afraid that I'm going to butcher their name, so I'm going to say AEP. Thank you for your question. Does SOC still have a promising future? Do you have any thoughts on the blue team industry in general?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, think about it. The internet companies are not internet companies, but almost each industry trying to do something on the internet, and of course they have to defend themselves. If you have money, I mean, as a company, of course, the hackers knows that, and they will try to get it. So you have some people to defend the company. Unfortunately for us, I mean, depends on who you are again. So there are the industry needs some defenders, and we are not talking about they don't know anything about it. They're just people. No, they need to know lots of things, because the hackers are evolving themselves. They are learning lots of things. They bring some new 0 days. Even if you face some 0 days, you need to be able to do some analysis to understand what's going on. Even if you don't know the details, you should be say, okay, there's something wrong here. I'm gonna isolate the thing from the network because it's happening something wrong. You should be able to understand it. So yes, it's promising. The internet is growing. We need some defenders to defend the companies, because if you don't defend it, think about it. Are you gonna use any bank if someone is stealing your money? No, you are not gonna put your money there. So it's similar situation for each industry. So they need defenders. That means still promising.
Now you say that I don't want to put my money in that bank, but I say that sounds like an exciting business venture. I don't know what you're talking about. If I wake up and know my money's in the same spot that I left it at yesterday, I mean, where's the fun in
it
that?
will be the last day. Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just, it's Friday. Yeah. No, great question though. And I thank you for touching on that. Just because defense, we're seeing changes in cybersecurity in general, just with AI, whatever you want to think of AI as it is in its current state, we're seeing a lot of changes. So I really appreciate you taking a moment just to touch on that. Before I move on to an additional, just the next question, do you have any other thoughts you wanted to add there? Just to make sure I don't move on too quickly.
Yeah, I'm good. We can move on. Yeah.
Any other thoughts about putting that money in the bank that is getting hacked?
I mean, the thing is, it's about the trust, right? I mean, it's not just about money. I mean, maybe you are using Instagram, and after one day or another social media, doesn't matter, your all DMs are publicly available. You're not gonna send a message to someone if it's public again. It's about the trust. So if you don't trust the company, you're not gonna use their product. So they have to hire some defenders. They have to provide the security with no extra money. You don't as a user, you don't need to pay money to get a better secure environment. As a user, they have to provide it, and they need some people. That means to be able to do that. So yeah,
I'm
it's
holding
challenging, but yeah.
Yeah. If you see me struggling not to laugh here, I'm struggling not to make stupid remarks in response to the DMs becoming public situation. That's certainly an exciting situation. Yeah, no, here, let me go ahead. We're getting some awesome questions in chat, and I should refocus us back on let's defend things rather than just Friday funnies. Let's see.
Okay.
Quick note from Gabriel, just a little bit of a kudos, more defensive stuff, more good stuff on the academy for me at least. So just some excitement there. Always like to share that love for the community. Let's go ahead and, do you have any response to that?
No, I mean, I'm just gonna say, of course you will get more defensive things. I mean, the HackTheBox is also have great content without LetsDefend, but with LetsDefend it will be even better. But they already had. I say they, but I mean we are of course one team. But HackTheBox has already have great content. With LetsDefend, it will be much better.
Yeah,
So
what do you
yes,
mean that
you'll
you're
get
one
more.
of us now? What are you talking? No, you're good.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
What do you mean, you people? Now, okay, to take a follow-up on this, just to take it in an actual direction, rather than me just goofing off with it. Do you have any content that I realize that this is something you might not be able to speak to? Anything that's upcoming that you're very excited for? Anything that you just want to put out there just for the community of, hey, keep an eye out there for this?
Yeah, I mentioned the SOC manager certificate. So we have a great SOC manager learning path too. So it is great because, in the industry, there are lots of learning path and courses for the, some technical things, but we don't really have manager level content. There are some, I'm not saying they are bad, but there are lack of some things, so it's not really practical, more theoretical. I mean, management is theoretical things, but the the learning process should be engaging and should be fun. So we have a style, of course, as LetsDefend and HackTheBox. It's gamified learning platform, so we will uh, bring our style and the content, so it will be great. So let's say you're not a manager, SOC manager, but you would like to in the future, so it will be good learning path for you. Or maybe you are currently a SOC manager, but of course we don't know everything. uh, Even if you are whoever you are, you don't know anything, you can learn more things, so you'll be still able to learn more things, so it will be great. So I'm really excited about it. And the interesting thing is it's video based. Normally we have text based content. Most of the companies doing that. It's text based because it's easy to manage it. If you do some mistakes, you can come back and change it. The video based things are kind of risky because if you do a mistake middle of the video, what will happen? Are you gonna record the video from the big stretch, or are you just gonna edit it? It's not easy, so we'll see. So it's good, yeah. Really
Oh, I'm really
exciting about
excited.
it.
Yeah. I No, thank you for again, I realize I put you on the spot for upcoming content that, it's not always the easiest to talk about stuff that is still very much in flight. No, thank you for taking a stab at that. We have a couple more questions that are on that same note. This one comes from, I'm guessing, GBL. I heard there's a detection engineering certification on the way. Any truth to that?
We already have. It's public. So there's a detection engineering learning path. When you complete it, you get the certificate. So it is true. It's not. It is true and not. It is true. We have. It's not on the way. It's ready. You just find it. You can just find it on the website. So just
Well,
click
there
the
you
learn
go.
button. It's right there.
That's always the best kind of surprise, though, is asking for something and finding out that, oh, wait a minute, I can just go and check this out.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you don't need to wait. It's ready.
Here, let me go ahead. We have one other question on certification certificates, and I want to take a little bit of a different direction with this. I realize that we've touched on, keeping those certificates, what's going to happen after the merger and whatnot. Do you know if these certifications that folks have received from LetsDefend, say I got one maybe last year or so, and that
Mhm.
shows up on my profile, is that still going to be accessible? What happens with the merger?
Yeah, we mentioned that. So basically, no matter when you get it, you will keep it. We are not gonna do anything about it. You will keep it. If you want, you can post it on LinkedIn. Your resume doesn't matter. You will keep your certificates. If you get it from Let's Defend, of course. If you get it from HackTheBox, it's still available. Also, it will be available the Let's Defend certificates. Nothing is gonna be happen. So it will be okay.
No, thank you for touching on that. I know that making sure that folks still have access to that, it's a very important point, especially with, being able to demonstrate the work that you've done. It sort of, certs are just
Mhm.
hard work in general. They take a lot of effort to get through.
Mhm.
So appreciate the commitment, especially making sure that those are still available.
But the thing is, if you have it, because we might need to change some things to get a new certificate, it might change. I'm not gonna say it will change, but it might change. So, but if you already have it, yeah, you will keep it.
Do you think so? If someone was interested in one of the current Let's Defend certs or just courses, do you think would you say it's worthwhile, especially with the upcoming deal for Black Friday, to take that now if you're thinking about it, or is it better to wait a little bit just as things finish getting merged?
Okay, so if you are looking for the less fan content, this is the best time to get it because this is the best price. Probably, I'm not sure I'm gonna see that price again. I mean, it's almost free, it's already cheap. Already, we put 50% off. It's great time. So, but if you are looking for the Hack the Box content too, of course, you should also subscribe to Let's Defend, Hack the Box. Sorry, but also, I mean, Let's Defend is so cheap right now. So, if you are looking for the defensive content from Let's Defend, yeah, it is the best time. But of course, HackTheBox has also great defensive content, so you need to also check that too.
Oh, thank you. Don't worry about us. This stream is about you guys. You do no. I
Yeah. Okay,
I
so
can just speak
just
for
go for Let's Defend. I mean, it's the same company. Don't worry about it.
no, well, and honestly, also as a side note, kudos to you for getting a really great discount, especially for folks that are students. I was a student at one point. I would presume you were as well. We all are at that point, and it's really important to take care of folks that are in that position and help them be able to getting into cyber. I maybe just as a fun little thought to touch on for offense. I found that the hardest part was the getting into the field. Did you encounter anything similar to that for defense? Just that initial foot in the door.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it's almost same situation because let's say you are pen tester. You would like to be pen tester. You did some things that you shouldn't, and during the interview, you cannot say, "I tried to hack this thing. I I get some access from that server." It's not even legal. Of course, you didn't do that. I mean,
I don't
I'm
know
just
what you're talking
assuming.
about. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm just assuming. So
Yeah, you're good.
it is similar situation for the defensive side. You would like to be SOC analyst. You would like to get an entry level job as a SOC analyst, but you didn't defend any real cyber attack, right? Probably, yeah. So, but if you did it, it will be better for your interview. So basically, again, it's the problem is getting the real world experience. That's the issue. But the good thing is you're gonna say, oh, he's promoting himself, but that's the fact. That's why I'm saying that. So on Let's Defend, or if you have your own environment, doesn't matter. You can say I investigate the phishing email campaign. I mean, you can do that on Let's Defend, or you can build your own environment. Doesn't matter. Or you can use other platforms if they have an environment. Doesn't matter. So you can do some analysis in the simulated environment, and you can say, okay, I didn't do that in real SOC, but this is the almost the same one. There was an phishing email. I investigated. I understood it's spoofed. This email is not coming from the uh, original guys. So I understood there's a malware here. I analyzed the malware. I found the command and control server. I checked the log management system. I found one endpoint trying to reach that command and control server. So that means that uh, device is infected and I isolated from the network. So this is the typical flow for the SOC analyst. It's the playbook, right? So if you explain this situation to the guy who is trying to hire you, they will say, okay, this person promising. Maybe they don't know everything. Maybe this is just basic phishing email SIM alert, but he's promising if he's able to do that or she is able to do that, we can teach the other things to them. So try to get some, trying to get some real world experience. Not easy, yes, but thanks to the platforms, you are able to do that.
Out of curiosity, this is really just meant as a natural follow up to just what we were just touching on. With job interviews, it can often be very difficult to convey what you've done in a lab just to show off, what that experience is and what exactly you learned from it in a way that is going to relate to folks that are already in industry. Uh, I realize again, I'm putting you on the spot. This is not exactly what the AMA is to cover. Really, just advice for those that may be looking at how to get better at those interviews. How do you recommend best representing or speaking to, maybe having a report over what you've done as a defender?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the blog posts because it's a proof of you are doing something. So let's say we are in interview and you asked me something about malware analysis and I answered the questions very well, but maybe I just memorized the things, right? I can just before a day before the interview, I just open the Google how to do malware analysis. Theoretically, I memorize the things, but that doesn't mean I'm able to do that. Maybe I have no idea about the IDA or immunity debugger. I mean, so but if you have a blog post and if you wrote something about it in technical, that means okay, it's the proof I did it. That was the malware. I found the command and control server of that malware. It's encrypted, but I decrypt. This is how I did it. Of course, I mean today there are some chat GPT and the other things you can do it easily, but if you do it by yourself and then if you are able to explain how you did it, it's a real proof about what you are doing and what you know. So it will be really helpful to explain yourself, and also you don't need to talk much because you can just say okay, you know what, this is the link, I already did it, I'm not lying.
You're you see me taking notes off to the side, you're making me excited to man, you're making me think that, man, I do kind of want to get my debugger back up and going, half having these the CTF flashbacks of hastily learning how to use IDA, but also thinking, man, I really would like having a network install of Ghidra. That'd be pretty swell. No, thank you for running with that. I know different direction, but since we have so many folks that are looking to break into industry, especially many folks that are either listening to this after the fact or tuning in live right now, just very valuable point for them to cover, and it can be difficult representing yourself. Yeah, no, do you have any thoughts on that before I move on to our next question? Just any final thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, you can write blog posts, as I said, or you can just write some write-ups. It might be a CTF or some solutions of the, let's say, SIEM alerts, again, from some platforms or whatever related to your job or role in technical stuff, if it's technical job. So just try to write something. It will be helpful because uh, you might say I know this, but that doesn't mean you will be able to write about it. Uh, we wrote tons of lessons on LetsDefend. We did tons of interviews with the people. They say, okay, I have, let's say, 10 years experience about incident response. They're great, really great. They have huge experience. They are able to investigate almost everything, but they're not, some of them, they're not able to write it because it's a skill, right? It's not easy thing. So knowing something, that doesn't mean you'll write it. You will be able to write it. So if you can do that, it's really good.
Man, you keep having me think in the back of my head. I would love to bug you for another stream later on just to pick your brain on defensive things. It's just so interesting because it is in a lot of ways the same as offense. Sometimes it's a mirror. So no, I really appreciate the just talking through that. If you see me getting lost in thought, it's just, man, it's interesting. Having done a little bit of that before, it's just cool to see, how that, yeah, how that industry and how that part of it works. Now, one more quick question on that, just for beginners. I know we were speaking on, how to represent things. Actually, two questions here.
Mhm.
Do you know if we have any planned capture the flag events, any competitions that would be a good write-up? I know that this might not be public yet, so it's okay if we only briefly touch on this. Any thoughts there?
Okay, so if it's not already public, it's not good time to say it, but recently, a few weeks ago, I mean, it happened, the Blue Team CTF from HackTheBox, so it was great. I mean, tons of people joined that. I mean, we get great feedback from it. It's because it's realistic. It's not just a CTF. When you say CTF, most of the time people think about it. Okay, it's like a game. It's not realistic. I don't need to spend some time. But that one was different because it's the scenarios from the real world, the real attacks, real logs. It's not like okay, find the flag. Okay, you should find the flag. That's a part of it, but it's realistic. So as long as it is realistic, it is beneficial for you because that means a new use case to you. Because if you're a SOC analyst, instant responder, doesn't matter. I mean, you hope you will not see different kind of a case during the job because it should be the safe environment, right? We don't expect to get tons of attacks every day. We don't want to get it. So on this kind of events, it's helpful for you. So the question was, are we gonna do that? Why not? Let's say why not? Because
No,
it
I'm
was good
excited.
last time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought that CTF went really well. Well, and like you said, they were cool. The scenarios that we had for that CTF, they were very cool. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone that might be thinking I'd like to go and check that out. You don't need me spoiling that for you. This one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's beneficial to people also. You see different kinds of cases, attacks. You need to figure it out how to defend it, and then one day, if you see it on your real environment, I mean your corporate, you can say, okay, I remember this thing. I already did it on that CTF. I can do the exactly the same method. Maybe not exactly the same, but I remember the things. I can use the same method or methodology. Or you can just say, okay, let's go back to check that write up because it was almost similar. Maybe it can help to me to analyze this situation. So it is also good for your job.
If you see me smiling and suppressing a giggle, it's because the same thing happens in offensive. Hey, wait a minute. I saw this on a CTF. I've seen this before. Just silly configurations, things like that. Yeah, no, it's funny to see again those overlaps. It's just, again, two sides of the same coin for offense and defense. We're in the same environment, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, and also good, you can do some mistakes. Nobody's gonna say to anything bad to you, but during the real incident, your manager gonna ask you what happened. When we're gonna understand what happened. Because it's stressful environment. That's the fact, right? Because their manager also asking to them what happened. Are we good? Are we gonna be good? Did we lose some money? Did in fact to the environment or not? Should we do some announcement on the social media or anything? It's stressful. But on the CTF or the learning things, I mean, do mistakes whatever you can, and who cares? You're just gonna lose some points, maybe. That's okay. That's fine.
What do you mean? The incident response is so calm. All war rooms for that are just such a calm and collected environment. No, just giving you a hard time. I appreciate you speaking to that just because you hit on a lot of really important points and it shows how important that practice is, especially in having a safe place to learn. And in some ways that means a safe place to make mistakes, to mess up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, there's a incident in the environment. Think about it. It's simulated environment and you don't know how to investigate it. But the good thing is it's a simulated environment. You have time to figure it out. You can do some mistakes. I mean, the better thing is, again, you have time to figure it out. On the real side, you are seeing something wrong, but you don't have real time because you don't know what will happen, but you are thinking about it. What's next? I mean, even my computer gonna infect it or not? You are asking these questions to you. You should be calm down and follow the playbook. But it's kind of stressful. But in the simulated environment, do mistakes. You have time. Just open a YouTube video, watch it, or maybe find some blog post about it, read it, try to implement, try to use the same methodology on that environment. If you do some mistakes, that's okay, and start over again find the correct way. And then if one day, I hope you will not face, but if you face a similar situation, you will say, okay, you'll be confident. You will say, I already did it. That's okay. Or yes, I did it before. I don't remember, but again, okay, that's fine. I can come back. I know where I did it. I'll find exactly the same thing, and I will check the write up or whatever it is, and read it again in a few minutes, and I will come back. I have confidence. I know what I'm doing because I faced that before, so it's good.
I We do have a follow-up question that's related to that.
Mhm.
I can't help but think that, man, if I see an attack that I've seen before on Let's Defend, I'm gonna think that Omer is behind it. I'm gonna think you're the one attacking me.
It is
Oh,
funny. Yeah, I
um,
mean, this is the
no,
most
go
common
ahead.
feedback we are getting. Yeah, I mean, they say, we are doing the things on Let's Defend first, and then when we see it on our own environment, mostly from the new attack vectors or 0 days, we just come back, follow the playbook, or we already have, of course, official write-ups. I mean, official incident reports, probably like uh, 15 pages from scratch to everything. So they just read it, follow, and then follow the steps exactly to their own environment, because the important thing is the mindset, not the tools. I mean, some
Mhm,
you can say, okay, this is the simulated environment, it's not even real EDR, maybe it's not real, but the idea, the mindset is the same. So maybe
mhm,
you have, let's say, CrowdStrike or Sentinel-1. Doesn't matter. They are EDR. They log almost the same things. You just need to do some related search, but maybe you will use different syntax. That's it. The other things are same. You just need to find the infected computer or whatever it is, or depending on the situation, you are looking for something different, but you'll do the exactly the same thing with different syntax, and you have your own tool, so you should supposed to know the syntax. So if you use the simulated tool, that's okay. You can copy the mindset, so you
mhm.
will be good.
That is just briefly touching on that again, that is a very clever usage of the website of, "Oh, I see this here, I can go grab the playbook from a situation where, you've been able to write that, and the students have been able to review that in a less stressful situation, and in incident response, it can be hard to I trying to think of a better way to put this. It can be hard to think because of you are in the hot seat. Your butt's on the line and there's a lot going on. No, I appreciate you touching on that just because that is a very clever way to use that as a resource. It more of, just taking advantage of resources that you have access to be able to, someone else has already kind of done the thinking for you in that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also about the confidence. You should be calm down. You should say, okay, I know what I'm doing. That's why I'm here. It's an instant, yes, that's okay, but that's why I'm here. I will figure it out. If I maybe I don't
Mhm.
know how to do that yet, but that's okay. We will figure it out. We have a team. I'm not just me. We probably it should be more people than you. So we will figure it out. That's okay.
I I'm gonna pick your brain later on about handling sock stuff under pressure because I think that would be a very interesting conversation. Maybe not necessarily for today, but parking that thought for later on. Uh, we had one question, another one from Tongue here. I want to make sure that I get through all of the questions we have in chat. Uh, Sort of related to what we were speaking on. Tongue asks, will there be a certification for threat intelligent analyst in the near future? Is this something that you see coming about?
Yes, we are planning to do that. It is not easy. I mean, if you want to do that, you can do it in a few weeks. That's okay, but we are trying to do our best, right? So that's why it delayed. So yes, we will do that, but we are trying to figure out how we can do that, how we can do the best one. Because of course, on the internet there are lots of things. If you search threat intelligence, a learning path, certificate, or whatever it is, there are some alternatives probably, and also yes, there are. So we are trying to do the best, the most engaging one and the most fun and the best one. So that's why we are trying to figure it out. working on it. But yes, we will do that. We have some content about threat intelligence, but not a learning path, and of course, we don't have certificate yet. But yes, we will do that. We are planning and we are talking internally. So yes, you will get it. Oh, I cannot hear you. Is it about me?
I thank you.
Okay.
Muted myself to blow my nose. Thank you for catching that. On a related note to that, if someone were to have a question, maybe outside of, maybe the live stream ends, if someone were to have a follow-up question or an idea or a piece of feedback that they have, where would be the best place to ask that question? Would it be the Let's Defend Discord or the HackTheBox Discord? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I believe the best thing it will be the LinkedIn, because I mean on Discord and the other channels I'm getting tons of messages, so it's not easy. I mean I would like to answer all of them, but it's not realistic, I mean you are getting tons of messages, you need to read it, reply it, and also of course I have things to do in the company. So the best thing is I believe the LinkedIn. So yeah, LinkedIn will be better.
Do you have a moment to grab the link to your LinkedIn page or the company
Yeah, of
LinkedIn
course.
page? As I can toss that in chat for folks. Thank you.
Yeah, no
I
worries.
figure there will be follow-up questions, and
Mhm.
it's good to make sure that we know how to ask those. Thank you. Are you okay with me posting your personal LinkedIn on there?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's okay.
all good. I just want to make sure. Just permission, not forgiveness situation.
Yeah.
No, thank you, Tung, for that question. Let's see. We have this one from Digital Hoplite. They ask, will users that don't have an enterprise subscription from their account be able to access the SOC simulator? And they did have one quick follow-up clarification here from their company. So they wouldn't, if a user, say, I want to access that and I don't have an enterprise subscription from, let's pretend that HackTheBox and Let's Defend are separate, and I don't have a subscription to that. Uh, do you have any thoughts on that? I'm going to put up the full question.
Okay, so today, if you don't have a enterprise subscription on Let's Defend, you will be able to access the SOC environment, the practice area. So after the merge, it will be the same. It's good news, right? So doesn't matter do you have enterprise account or not, you will be able to access the SIEM alert, access the simulated environment, SOC environment. So it will be okay. So yes, you'll be able to access it. So you can continue to do practice even if you don't have the enterprise account.
Now, follow up on that. Hearing all this, if someone were very excited about, here and now, uh, let's say I watched the live stream here or listened to this after the fact, and I'm excited to get started right here, right now. What would you recommend that I do? I realize that's a very broad question. What I'm looking for is, are there any activities or any way that you recommend to get started? Just if maybe I'm a student and I just want to start learning right here, right now.
Okay, so let's say you are students. So if you have some computer science background, I mean, like basic things about the how things are working. What's the internet? If you are able to use the browser and the other things. So we just need to learn the fundamentals like networking, operating system, and the other things. So the good news is we have a learning path for the students to be able to get into cybersecurity. So I can put the link here.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
So yeah, of course. So
I always
basically
love.
here we are explaining the fundamentals related to get into the cybersecurity. And the better thing is, I'll tell you in a minute, in a second, after put the link here. Oops.
Yeah.
So the good thing is it's free. You don't need to subscribe to complete these courses. You just need an account.
By the way, that is awesome. That is very cool that is just out there for free, especially for students. I mentioned it just as the excitement factor. I know a lot of folks will hear this and think, you know what? I've got my Friday ahead of me. What can I go mess around with? And no, I really appreciate you adding that. Let's go ahead. We had another fun question from someone you might recognize. Berkay asks, "Do you plan have any plan for content about the
Yeah.
Cloudflare outage, or maybe about the AWS outage?" Let's go with both of those. No wrong answers.
Yeah, I mean, the bad thing is, it affected to us too. I mean, things are happening, so I'm not gonna blame them. It's unlucky situation, of course, but the bad thing is, even if you try to disable the Cloudflare, you were not able to log into Cloudflare, so we had to wait to fix it. So yeah, it affected us. But half of the internet almost affected, so that's acceptable for Let's Defend side. Yeah. So
Mhm.
for the content, I mean, not specifically for Cloudflare outage, but I believe we have some content about it. Supply chain attacks. So we have bunch of it. Yeah, not specifically for Cloudflare, but we have some supply chain attacks. It's not easy to simulate it, but we have, so it's good because I mean, there are some you're simulating the third party companies that are infected, and that situation is infecting you. It is really important. It's one of the most important cyber attack in the industry nowadays. And in the real world, even if you are facing that situation, you're not. Sometimes you're not able to say, okay, this is the supply chain attack, because you need to also get some threat intelligence data. You are saying, oh, it's just the malware, but after a couple of weeks, you say, okay, look at this news. It's actually supply chain attack. That company hacked, and then they tried to reach us. So basically, no, we don't for the Cloudflare thing, but we have some supply chain attacks. I mean, it wasn't the supply chain attack, but something related.
No, related. No, I appreciate you speaking to the content that is out there, just because it's an interesting situation. It also exposes how fragile a lot of the internet is at this current time. Just in general.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have two more questions here. One comes from Sam. Would it be possible to also have some sort of YouTube video playlist for some of the courses? Is there any content out there that is on YouTube, or any other things that you might recommend? I realize that this is a little bit of a different note, but just if there's anything you want to touch on for this.
Okay, so we have a few videos on YouTube from Let's Defend courses, but we are not planning to continue to do that because when you upload it to the third-party platforms, you are not able to manage it really, because on Let's Defend side, also HackTheBox too. So we are checking the people to understand if they completed or not, to be able to share their badges, also certificates. So when you upload it to the this kind of platforms, we are not really able to do that. So for your achievements, no, we are not really planning to do that.
Yeah, and even then, as just a good resource, you mentioned the free path as well, just as a great place to, if you're looking for some place to really be able to invest your time, or at least an initial place that might be more accessible. Do you think that that's a good place to go, just for Sam and others that might be looking for something like this?
Oh, can you say that again? I didn't get it.
Yeah. So, looking for more resources that are public or free, or might just be easy to access, would you say that, so the path, let's see, the content that you mentioned, this one, here we go,
Oh,
cybersecurity. Do you think, would you recommend this in that case, looking at that path in particular?
yeah, of course. I mean, it's not on YouTube, of course, but it's, as you said, it is free. If you're a student, even if you're maybe you're not a student, you are working in, let's say, another industry, you're trying to switch your career to the cybersecurity, you need to learn the, of course, fundamentals. This is the place. It's not on YouTube or Medium or something like that. It's under the Let's Defend platform, but it is free. You just need to follow the path, get your certificate, try to uh, do some investigations, basic things, of course, because it is for beginners. So you'll learn the fundamentals. If you need some help, we have a Discord channel. There are tons of people trying to help you. They will be happy to answer your all questions. So you will engage with the experts too. Yeah, it will be great opportunity. It is. I mean, it is free. I can't complain about it. It is free, and
I
it is good content. It's hands on. We provide the labs for free. I mean, someone is paying that. We should be aware of it. Someone is paying that cost of the lab, and it is not cheap, by the way.
no, I know that very much is not cheap.
Yeah.
I say that having seen the back end of stuff and things similar to that before. Yeah. No, thank you. I know different direction with that. I just wanted to make sure that there was some sort of resource just to direct folks towards. And I really, if anything, I think it speaks to your character that is out there and that is free. And I say that as that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Of course. Now, to wrap things up, I do have one more question. This comes from Exploit Forget B. Thank you for the additional questions. Great questions, Exploit. They ask what time the Black Friday deal will end. Do you know how long that's going on?
Yeah, it will be available till the end of the November. So that means we still have like 10 days almost, something like that. So after that, it will be end. But it is okay. It's 10 days. So
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No, that's a good amount of time. That's appreciate that that's going on through the end of November so that people have time to think about that, make a decision.
yeah.
Awesome. And I think that about does it for our questions. Thank you, everyone, for the awesome questions you have submitted in chat. Now, before we wrap up, one of the things that I always like to touch on at the end, outside of we'll talk socials and just ways that folks can connect with you here in a moment. Do you have any advice for folks that maybe just general advice for someone that's looking to get started just here and now? I know we've touched on this a number of times in different forms. So if this is something that we're just retreading, that's okay. Up to you how you want to take this.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I always like to say focus on the fundamentals, not the fancy titles. I mean, most of the people, they are trying to jump into directly to the malware analysis, investigation, SIEM alerts. Yes, it looks fun, it looks more exciting, but without fundamentals, it doesn't mean anything because you can memorize every playbook, every flow of the investigation of, let's say, phishing things, malware analysis thing, but when you face the different kind of scenarios, you will be fail if you don't know the fundamentals, if you don't know how to what's the protocol, how it works, or same thing for the operating system, how it works, what's the process, and the other things, or memory analysis. Without knowing the memory, you cannot analyze the memory. Think about it like that. So focus on the fundamentals. You might say, it's slowing me. I can learn the phishing things. Yes, that's true. But after a while, you'll speed up. It will help you. You will say, okay, if I didn't work on it, I couldn't be able to do that because of these kind of things. So focus on the fundamentals, networking, operating system, and the other things. So you'll be great. Without fundamentals, it's not going to be happen. I can say that.
No, great advice. It's everything builds on each other, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is how it works. Yeah.
them's facts right there.
Yeah.
One more quick thing from Burkay. Just a quick little fun note there. They say thank you a lot for the AMA
Yeah,
greetings
you
all
too.
and enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, thanks. We should. I'll call you.
I put you on the hook for additional stuff to do for Friday. Yeah. Well, I think that about does it. Before I wrap, Omer, if folks have more questions, I know that we linked your LinkedIn there.
Mhm.
Would you say that that's the best place to connect with you? Do you have anything else you'd like to put out there? Either if you have Twitter, Blue Sky, anything like that. It's okay if not. This is more of a, I just want to make sure you have the
Mhm.
opportunity to put your stuff
Yeah,
out
I
there.
believe it's good enough. I'm not really active on the other social media things. I'm trying to reduce it also. So yeah, it's the best place.
What do you mean social media is so healthy for you?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we are trying to use it for the company to engage with the others, but the other side, it's engaging a lot. Scroll down, 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 infinite loop. So yeah,
Yeah, go doom scroll at least on educational content. There you go.
yeah, there are on the internet. There are. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad, but if you are aware of the situation, yeah, so you're good. Yeah,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you as well for, well, first off, thank you for your time today. Thank you for coming
of
on to
course.
the AMA. I very much appreciate getting to speak with you, getting to know you more. And thank you for all the awesome advice and questions that you've answered there. Yeah, any final thoughts before I wrap things up?
Yeah, thanks for your time too. Thank you for to having me here. It was great to talk with you and answering all these questions. It was really fun to me. It was my first AMA here, so but I believe it was good. I really enjoyed. So thank you again.
Yeah, no, of course. I think you did great. I really appreciate you have for what it's worth. I could not tell that this is your first time like doing something like this. No, 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 no.
Okay.
You did great. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you everyone for being here. That is going to do it for our live stream. Quick shout out to the marketing and the teams on the back end that help make these AMAs possible. I have Emma that is helping with just tech, running the show behind the scenes. So thank you everyone for all of the support. Thank you, Omer, for your time and for being here and really all the cool work that you've done. It's really, this wouldn't have happened without you and your team. Yeah, thank you for being here. That is going to do it for the live stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And until next time, happy hacking. Thanks everyone. We'll
Okay.
see
Bye.
you. Yeah.